Sound the alarm. Marvel's original Ultimate Universe is preparing a comeback. I'm gonna have to press X for doubt on this one. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. It is Spirit of Paradox here, and welcome back to another video. And today, potentially, Marvel is going to I don't know, bring back the original Ultimate Universe for the upcoming story of Ultimate Incursion this year. But I don't actually think it's going to be that. I think it's going to be the new Ultimate Universe going against 616. Or it could potentially be with the original Ultimate Universe, and that would make me even more happier, but we'll get onto it. So, if you guys are fans of the Ultimate Universe, this is the channel you want to be on. We covered the original and the new, so make sure you drop a like and subscribe. Let's get into it. The second iteration of the Ultimate Marvel Universe has flourished over the course of the past year. But now, the publisher has seemingly teased the possibility that it might throw an unexpected, if exciting, wrench into the mix by somehow bringing the original version of the Ultimate Universe, which was destroyed in Marvel canon. In Time Slide issue number 1, written by Steve Foxy and art by Ivan Fiorelli, contains a literal list of the upcoming milestone story events Marvel readers can expect in 2025, including the foreshadowing of an ultimate incursion. While fans might have initially suspected this may be between the ultimate and mainstream Marvel continuity, another point in this issue suggests something different, and we see an image of what they are talking about. In the image that we see, this is from Time Slide issue number 1, and we can see a collage of different events throughout Marvel's history. But I want you to take a closer look at the bottom right hand side of this picture. You can clearly see the original Ultimate Wolverine from the front cover of the original Ultimate X-Men issue number 1. And I will have that on screen for you to see right here. But we also have to keep in mind, Marvel does do like little not teasers, but little like hand wavy like homages to different things. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're actually teasing something in the future. But I did have a theory on if this new Ultimate Wolverine from the new Ultimate Universe is secretly the original reborn. There actually might be some credence to that theory, but let's continue. Toward the end of the issue, readers were given another glimpse of moments from across the Marvel multiverse, which included multiple versions of Wolverine, including the intriguing appearance of the iconic image of Logan from the original Ultimate X-Men issue number 1 cover. To those who watched my Ultimate Wolverine issue number 1 video, and I had my theory about the return of the original Ultimate Wolverine, now check this out. Marvel drops a major hint that the original Ultimate Wolverine might return in 2025. As always, when analysing a comic book panel for future storyline potential, it is best to start off with the simplest explanation and spiral outward into speculation from there. It is possible that the appearance of the original Ultimate Wolverine in Time Slide is simply a cameo, a visual shout out to an unforgettable Marvel comic cover. With that in mind, Marvel has become increasingly skilled at burying hints to gestating story arcs in moments like this. And given that Time Slide issue number 1 as a whole is largely devoted to establishing upcoming stories, it is fair to suspect that there is something more to this appearance. Right. So maybe Ultimate Wolverine, the original, might be coming back, or this is potentially just all speculation. Marvel has only just introduced the Ultimate Universe's 2.0 version of Wolverine, with his debut of his own solo series imminent, and it is worth noting that the new incarnation of the character has a single frame appearance in the issue. Just a few pages prior to the predecessor's panel, this, along with an earlier teaser for Ultimate Incursion, has led many readers to immediately suspect that the original timeline might be making a comeback, which would significantly alter the trajectory of the current Ultimate continuity should the two interact. Marvel's new Ultimate Universe is a success. The revival of the original could be a major shakeup, and I definitely do agree. And this is followed up with another image from Time Slide, and we see three heroes, Cable, Bishop, and a female character, and we also see shattered images of different characters around the multiverse in the background. And if you take a look at the top left section of this picture, you can clearly see the new Ultimate Wolverine, aka the Winter Soldier. Marvel have deliberately teased both versions of Ultimate Wolverine and other comic books that are coming out in 2025. I definitely do think there is some merit here, and this article came out before Ultimate Wolverine issue number 1 was released. This article came out on the 10th of January. The Ultimate Wolverine issue number 1 came out on the 15th. An oft forgotten aspect of the Marvel multiverse is that the fact that it is infinite. At times, fans consider the multiverse as it is comprised of only the timelines that have been depicted on the page. In truth, however, the Marvel multiverse contains all possible variants on those existing timelines. In other words, while the Ultimate Universe readers followed for 15 years might have been destroyed in 2015's Secret Wars event, but there are still limitless, nearly identical versions of this timeline that still conceivably exist. That is true. We also have to consider Spider-Man 2's ending, and also Donny Cates' Venom ending, but those have been brushed to the side from what we've seen so far. The premise of the current Ultimate Universe, in fact, is that the villainous Maker, an escapee from the original timeline, subverted the flow of events in another version of the timeline in order to recreate the world at his whim. So Marvel's subtle suggestion is that the two could coexist and perhaps full-on interact has quickly become a source of major anticipation for fans of the publisher. As just one of many exciting storylines coming up in 2025, with the possibility of the confrontation between the two versions of Marvel's Ultimate Wolverine at the forefront of fans' minds. Time Slide issue number 1 is available now from Marvel Comics. So, I'm going to give my thoughts first, and then I'm going to give my theories. So, when I first got this information, it was through Thinking Critical's channel. Big up Thinking Critical and Wes on the show. But when I got this information, the first feeling or thought to my head was, yes, I want this to happen, and I absolutely do want this to happen. But a part of me felt, I don't think this is going to happen, because if you really think about it, very little has even referenced the original Ultimate Universe in the current one. Like, the only place where you can get references to the original, which are more like homages than teases, is from the Ultimates from Dennis Camp. So if they are going to do this, I guess it's going to be explained later in the year. But we also do need to consider as well, in the recent issue of the Ultimates, when we get the new Ultimate Guardians of the Galaxy, right? And they basically explain their history and the future of their version of the Ultimate Universe before the Maker came round and tampered with everything. In that issue, we definitely do see, I'll have it on screen, an image of Reed Richards from the main Marvel Universe standing next to Doom. And I honestly think that's what they're teasing, the events that are going to happen in the future that was shown in the recent issue of the Ultimates. So I think it will be based on that. But I do have my theories on this. So here's some theories. So first let's talk about the Ultimate Wolverine return. So this article was made before Ultimate Wolverine issue number 1 was released, and I saw the breadcrumbs, potentially breadcrumbs, hinting towards the original Ultimate Wolverine, with when it came down to two of the soldiers that were talking. One of them had claimed, because based on what he had heard in the past at some point, that this Wolverine was basically stitched together with body parts from fallen soldiers, when in the issue they contradict that. This Wolverine was hit with an airstrike, and basically he survived that and he had no legs. And in the issue where we see the soldiers go put the gun to his head, that was the soldier that he had killed. One of my viewers had corrected me on this, and thank you, by the way. Had killed that soldier who pointed the gun at Wolverine's head while he was regenerating. So him needing body parts wouldn't necessarily make sense unless they were trying to experiment with different mutant abilities, but he didn't say mutants, he said fallen soldiers. But maybe, but then again, that could also apply to the mutants that Directorate X is working on. Wolverine, the Winter Soldier, for example. So that could also be the case. But the thing is, when would have the maker have done this, and how do you know if it's the original Ultimate Wolverine? Well, one thing I did not mention in my Ultimate Wolverine video was in the free comic book day teaser that we got last year. This could also be a retcon, but this could also potentially have been used as a teaser as well. In the free comic book day teaser, we see the Ultimates break into one of the Maker's warehouses where it has loads of trinkets of fallen heroes, right? And in this story, they go to revive the Human Torch, but we do get to see like the tattered suit of Sentry, the child corpse of Black Bolt, and a metal skeleton for a weapon supposed X at the time. So this was before Ultimate Wolverine was even announced, so keep that in mind. But this could also be telling us that Wolverine in this universe, or the new Ultimate Universe, is also dead. But it could also be a different character, you don't know. It could be X-23, but based on how the foot looks, or the metal skeleton's foot, it looks more male, so I would suggest it could be Sabretooth instead, but Sabretooth is no hero. Why would his skeleton be in the warehouse where the Maker keeps all of his trinkets of fallen heroes? Honestly, I think that Sabretooth would honestly work with the Maker than go against him, because the Maker would just make him be on like one of his hit lists, where he would basically just go around killing people working for the Maker and the Illuminati and that. So I don't think it's Sabretooth either. I think this is a Wolverine of Earth 6160 and not Earth 1610, but he's also dead from what we know so far. So this is my theory when it comes down to the original Ultimate Wolverine potentially being the new one in the new Ultimate Universe. So first let me explain what's happened to the character. The original Ultimate Wolverine died fighting in Ultimatum by the abilities of Ultimate Magneto. Wolverine had stabbed him in the chest, but this didn't do the job. Magneto, this is called bullshit plot reasons, bullshit by the way, where we see Magneto control Ultimate Iron Man's suit and Ultimate Cyclops' visor and use the laser beams basically to burn off most of the flesh off Ultimate Wolverine's body. When this happened, Ultimate Magneto had crushed the adamantium onto his regular bones and then ripped it apart, nearly destroying every part of Ultimate Wolverine's body except his severed hand. When this happened, he had destroyed his cells because S.H.I.E.L.D. had tried to resurrect and clone Wolverine, and this was stated in Ultimatum Requiem at the burial, where one of the characters states that, yeah, like, they can't bring him back, Magneto destroyed his cells, and S.H.I.E.L.D. tried to go at it and it didn't work. So they buried his severed arm and the mutants that had died in the Ultimatum Wave and War, such as Cyclops, Ultimate Nightcrawler, and Ultimate Juggernaut, and many others. So, how do I think the Maker got in possession of Ultimate Wolverine's severed arm? Let me just tell you this now, this is just my theory, it's not correct, it's just how I would personally think this is going down based on the information that we have. And some of the information has been considered non-canon, but I personally don't if it's appeared in multiple comics that aren't even related to each other. But I'll get to that in a moment. First, I want to talk about Donny Cates' Venom, or Venom 2018, issue 200, where we see Eddie Brock going around the main Marvel universe telling the heroes that the Maker is going to return and invade the main Marvel universe. That's what I personally deep down think is what Ultimate Incursion is going to be about, but I doubt that's going to happen either, but we'll continue. So, when he went round, we know that the Maker and the original Ultimate Venom symbiote returned to Earth 1610 on fire with the Ultimates missing. In my opinion, I would have thought that the Maker and the Venom symbiote would have explored the desolate wastelands of Earth 1610 and would have taken trophies or trinkets that the Maker would have thought he would want to keep. Knowing how the Maker operates in the new Ultimate Universe, he is known to keep trophies. So I would have thought that the Maker would have dug up Ultimate Wolverine's skeleton or his severed arm and took it with him, but none of this has been shown. And you could easily say, well, if you look back at Ultimate Invasion issue number 1, the story starts off with the Maker in prison. How could he have been on Earth 1610 with the Venom symbiote and then end up in prison in the main Marvel universe? Well, we have to go back to a story called The New Avengers 2015 issue 17. And in this story, it begins with the Maker explaining what had happened to him. How the Molecule Man had cut him into pieces and ate some of the pieces in Secret Wars 2015, and the remaining parts were put into different universes across the Marvel multiverse. This version of the Maker that explains it to Sunspot, yes, Sunspot, the Acosta guy, he tells it to him, and they get into a fight, and Sunspot basically defeats him. This version of the Maker is the Maker that we see in Ultimate Invasion up until now in the new Ultimate Universe, not the clone that we see at the ending of Donny Cates' Venom. And you're probably wondering, okay then, so if that is the case, if there is two or multiple different Makers, where is your proof on this, and how do you know that this is even still in canon? The Maker clones have appeared all over the place post Secret Wars 2015. all over the place in a New Avengers, Ghost Spider issue number 7, Al Ewing's The Ultimates, and they straight up confirmed in Al Ewing's The Ultimates too that there are Maker clones all over the multiverse, and the original Ultimates went into the Superflow to hunt down those clones. So there is that as well. But also, the Maker has the ability to phase objects from one Maker to the other. And this was shown off in New Avengers issue 16, and he clearly shows that he can phase himself or weapons from one era to the other. We haven't actually seen this incorporated into the new Ultimate Universe, but there is one writer who basically recreated the new one who had a brief homage or tease towards one. If we look at Jonathan Hickman's Doctor Doom one-shot, it's a very self-contained story about a very self-contained universe with different characters, but mainly about Doctor Doom. And we see loads of cameos in this universe. And if it's a very brief one and you'll miss it, you will see a Maker clone smiling as we see a homage of gods who are in this universe of Doctor Doom's one-shots. This is direct acknowledgement from Jonathan Hickman himself, showing off a Maker in a different universe, or hinting towards one in a different universe. The only reason why a Maker or the Maker would be in a universe that's not one, the main Marvel, or either of the Ultimate Universes, is one of the clones that Molecule Man, or pieces of the Maker, that Molecule Man put in a universe. So this is acknowledgement from Jonathan Hickman, but it could also just be a hand-wavy gesture as well. So, I think that the Maker, when he returned with the Ultimate Venom symbiote to Earth 1610, he would have taken some things along with him. Knowing that Earth 1610 is basically a desolate wasteland, there's nothing to really salvage there, I suppose. So he would have definitely taken some parts, and we obviously know that the Ultimates are missing because they're hunting the Maker clones across the multiverse. Even though that would have been a perfect opening for him to basically take control of Earth, but Jonathan Hickman took over the project. So, now my question is, in the free comic book teaser, whose skeleton is that when it says weapon supposed X that's made out of metal? It could be Wolverine of Earth 6160, and this new Ultimate Wolverine is basically the Maker's doing in resurrecting him. Remember in issue number 1 of Ultimate Wolverine, stating that this Wolverine was stitched together with body parts of fallen soldiers? Yeah, the Maker would have done that. The Maker did that with the guards who came to bust him out of prison. He literally chose those people to bust him out of prison for their genetic code to make a clone of himself as a dummy to basically escape prison without anybody thinking he was there. So the Maker definitely knows how to alter genes and to bring people from the dead, or to make clones of himself with different people's DNA. I think the Maker would have done this for Ultimate Wolverine and basically brainwashed him. But all of that could also be bullshit. So we also do need to consider that as well. Like, all of that could have been retconned and they could go in a completely different direction. It's just a theory, and same with this article that we have read. But I have got one more theory to go, and that is for Ultimate Incursion. So now on to my Ultimate Incursion theory. Keep this in mind, folks, this is just a theory, this is not factual. I'm just giving my theories based on the information that I've gotten from the books. So, we all know Ultimate Incursion is going to be about the return of the Maker, and he's going to return with some serious firepower. He's going to have Ultimate Iron Men on his side, like an army of Iron Men. He's also going to have his own army of Celestials. That's going to be hella overpowered. So, we all know, like, he's not coming back on no games. Like, he's coming back on a vengeance. But you see, the thing is, the Maker has done so much time travel and shenanigans and the grandfather paradox, and he's gotten rid of most of his enemies. But you see, the thing is, one ace up the Maker's sleeve that I don't think anybody has actually spoken about on the internet yet. If the Maker had done what he had done to this universe, to the original Ultimate Universe with his time machine and that, he could technically be killed and be undone if he would have brought the original back. With Earth 6160, no matter what you do to the timeline, you can't get rid of the Maker because he's not actually from there. You can try to do the grandfather paradox, but eventually he will still be alive, but just right before he probably did what he did with the time travel shenanigans in Ultimate Invasion, right? And that's the thing. I think the Ultimates, or the heroes of the new Ultimate Universe, are gonna figure that out. No matter what you do to the timeline, the Maker is still going to survive this. He's not from here. And they're gonna all figure out, where is the Maker from? That's what they are going to try and figure out, because if they figure out where the Maker comes from, they could possibly get a solution to how to deal with him permanently. So maybe the Ultimates will basically try to merge the timelines together. I doubt it, but I think they would try to go to the original Ultimate Universe and see if there is anything that they could find there to take him out. And if they follow the Donny Cates route, they're basically going to go to another Ultimate Universe that's probably still on fire and probably got the Maker there with an Ultimate Venom symbiote. And they'll probably figure out there's clones of the Maker as well. And they're probably going to figure out there was also an Ultimates team as well. So, where is the original Ultimates? They'll probably wonder if they go to Earth 1610, and they'll probably try to find a way to find them. And when they do, the OG Ultimates will tell them, listen, this guy cannot be killed. He is basically from our failed universe, and we are doing our best to hunt him down across the multiverse, right? There is no way for us to actually practically kill this guy because there's so many universes and there's so many clones out there, and they all know that we're after them. So it's practically impossible for us to take this guy out. Unless, now, this is going to be a batshit insane. This is a batshit insane theory that I have, but you guys are going to have to let me know if it makes sense, right? Someone is gonna think of a solution by crashing both the original and the new Ultimate Universes together to completely undo what the Maker did to the timeline and try to make the universe how it's supposed to be. If you really think about it, it's called the Ultimate Universe. I think they would try to smash someone, probably Doom. I think it would probably be Doom or Iron Lad if he comes back in time. I think it will be Doom who comes up with this idea. Smash the two universes together, undo the Maker's doing, and everybody can have their lives back to the way it was. But also, if you remember in issue number 8 of the Ultimates, Ultimate Star-Lord basically explained to Doom he is the one who causes the deaths of trillions, not millions, not billions, but trillions. Now, that's if it should be on screen. I should have this on screen for you, right? So, if he's going of either Iron Lad or Ultimate Doom is going to be the cause of the deaths of trillions, right? What causes the deaths of trillions? Incursions. Just like how it went down in Jonathan Hickman's Avengers and New Avengers, time runs out. Literally, time runs out the specific comic where we see the original Ultimate Universe go up against the main Marvel Universe and then get destroyed, and then we had Secret Wars 2015. But I think Doom, Ultimate Doom, will try to figure out a way where that won't happen, where we get Secret Wars all over again, but we just get to see all of the makers undoing completely, giving us a brand new reset to the universe. That's my personal theory on if this story is going to include the original Ultimate Universe. I think it will be them. So, how it will be, the Maker comes back on Earth 6160. He completely decimates the heroes, and they're all like, okay, sorry, Iron Lad, we tried to rebuild the Ultimates and Heroes your way, and we didn't have enough time to do it. He's got too many forces. We have to do the time travel shenanigans, right? And that's when they find out. The reason why they can't undo what the Maker did is because he's not from there. And so, Doom will go on this mission, right? Probably go on this crusade to just undo and finish the Maker any way possible and try to bring back the Fantastic Four. Doom will get lost in his mission and he will become unhinged and potentially become a villain like we all know which was going to happen. Maybe this is it. This is what the breaking point of Doom is. Can he undo the Maker's doing and get his life back? That's what I think is what's going to trigger Doom to go down this road. Or it could be Ultimate Iron Lad, who comes back, gets fully healed up, and becomes Iron Man, or potentially becomes Kang. But then again, Doom could also become Kang as well, because them two, so Iron Lad and Doom, basically have a destiny, and it's not good. So either one of them could end up becoming Ultimate Kang of the new Ultimate Universe. So, that's my Ultimate Universe going against the OG Ultimate Universe theory. How I think this is going to really happen. The title's going to be clickbait. The Maker's going to come back, and it's going to be a really cool war, and then the heroes are going to find a way to defeat the Maker, and the universe is just going to continue from there. That's what's most likely going to happen, but it is what it is, man. So I've given my theories when it comes down to that. Now I want to talk about what I want to see in this story, and then I'm going to end it. So, the things I would like to see make a return in Ultimate Incursion and possibly even make a stay in the new Ultimate Universe Reformed if they're going to undo all the Maker's undoing, right? I would like to see the original Ultimate Wolverine or Ultimate Wolverine in general to reunite with his son Jimmy Hudson. We all know that Jimmy Hudson is currently in the TVA comic book, and I must say, it's not very good. And so far, he is working for the TVA, and the poison symbiote seems to be gone for now. But it seems like there is going to be Scarlet Witch from the MCU making a return in comic book form. That makes me worried because she went on a hissy fit across the multiverse, killing people in Doctor Strange 2. And I really hope they don't kill off Jimmy Hudson. Like, we really want to see him reunite with his father. Us Jimmy Hudson fans have been asking for this for years, even before when the original Ultimate Universe had ended. This is a perfect opportunity for Marvel to do this. So Marvel, if you're listening, bring original Ultimate Wolverine. It could be the new guy, or it could be just a replacement daddy, but get him to reunite with his son, Jimmy Hudson. So yes, we want to see Jimmy Hudson in Ultimate Incursion. The original Ultimate Nick Fury. Yes, this guy has to come back. I did not like Dennis Camp's interpretation of Nick Fury. In fact, I honestly found it very lazy and very insulting to his predecessor, Mark Millar, the creator of the Ultimate and Ultimate Nick Fury. Ultimate Nick Fury, guys, was so popular back in the day, it was even in newspapers. This was before social media. It was popular, and I honestly think just to give us a carbon copy of 616 Nick Fury is extremely lazy and has no uniqueness or no originality. If you're not going to come up with something new, just honor the source material of the original Ultimate Universe instead of trying to disrespect it. So yes, please, the original Ultimate Nick Fury must return and stay as Ultimate Nick Fury. And my personal favorite, the original Ultimate Hulk. Yes, the original Ultimate Hulk, and this is a objective fact, was more entertaining, way more fun, and actually does what Hulk was supposed to do. Be a savage monster that got into fights. Do you know what this new Hulk does? Nothing, mainly. And he's only been in one fight scene with all of his debuts just talking and being a monk, which doesn't make sense. Even in the original Ultimate Universe, Hulk and Bruce Banner tried to become a monk and it did not work because of his nature as the Hulk. You cannot get rid of one or the other. Trying to get Hulk to be a calm monk is like trying to mix oil with water. When Hulk is calm, he cannot be the Hulk anymore. He's calm. Do you know what the concept of a monk is? Have you actually met a monk? They are one of the calmest people on the planet. And somehow, Hulk can be Hulk while still being calm. Nobody asked for that. It's boring. It's a mantle swap. He's using Iron Fist's abilities. Mantle swaps are lazy. It's not creative. It's not new. It's just lazy. Please, we want the original Ultimate Hulk coming back. We want that bromance between Hulk and the Maker to come back. And we want him tearing motherfuckers in two like how we did Ultimate Wolverine. And no, it's not going to be as cool if this new Hulk does it. It's like, no, just use the original. You can't copy somebody else that did it better. Fact. Yeah, and also, the new Hulk must die. I want to see Ultimate Hulk eat the new soy boy Hulk, eat his heart, take his abilities, and then he can become the mainstaying Ultimate Hulk. That's what I want to see. This monk Hulk, get rid of it. Sucks. The original Ultimate Hawkeye. Yes. That Ultimate Hawkeye suit from Earth 1610, you're never gonna be able to top it. It's fantastic. It's badass. I can take it seriously. And just overall, just a fantastic suit. Please get rid of this new racist Native American Hawkeye. Yes, he is, or she, or it, whatever the fuck it is is a racist. It clearly, when this character had a whole issue dedicated to her, or he or it, well, I don't know, I can't tell by the body features, he literally called Captain America a Jerry Cooper looking motherfucker. Now, you're probably saying that's not racist because you got that double standard bullshit in you. Now, imagine if you chose those words and you directed it at an Asian man and you said, "Oh, you look like a Jackie Chan so and so." You're gonna say that's racist because it is racist and nobody should be saying those things. Yet, you're saying it's okay to Captain America because you justify racism towards white people. But you'll go and complain when racism bothers you, now won't it? Bloody two-faced hypocrites. But not you, not all of you. I know, but there are some people who do that. They will complain about racism towards them and then justify racism towards white people. I don't rate those people. That the hypocrites don't like that. Get rid of this new Ultimate Hawkeye. Sucks. The original one was a masterpiece. There was nothing wrong with the original. And last but not least, I would like the original Ultimate X-Men with some improvements. Let's be honest, Ultimate X-Men was not a shining gem most of the time. But I would like to see the original Ultimate X-Men come back and get a second chance with a better writer. I'm never going to read Peach Momoko's fake Ultimate X-Men book. No, you can't just do whatever it is you want to do and then slap the name Ultimate X-Men and get my support. You're not going to do that, Marvel. We want the original Ultimate X-Men, being respectful to them with some improvements, and I don't mean drastic changes, but obviously improve the writing and, improve some of the flaws of the characters and move forward from there. I'm never going to cover Peach Momoko's Ultimate X-Men, and I'm not going to promote it either. Don't bother asking me to cover it on the channel, people. I'm sorry. It's just not gonna happen. So yes, the original Ultimate X-Men must come back and get a proper reboot this time. And so, that is really it for my video when it comes down to my thoughts on the articles, my theories on the Ultimate Wolverine and Ultimate Incursion, and what I would like to see in Ultimate Incursion. Now, it is up to you to tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Did you guys enjoy the video? If you did, make sure you drop a like. If you didn't, drop a dislike. That's fine as well. And if you are new to the channel, make sure you drop a subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Take care.